everyone. My name's Kathy. I'm from the Me and the Coffee House, coming to you virtually this evening. Watching all those pictures sliding by on my screen here made me feel very nostalgic. I mean, it's hard to believe it's been a year since we've been locked out of our beautiful sanctuary in Marblehead, but we're looking forward to better days ahead. And we are looking also forward to continuing with these virtual shows as best we can. For those of you who may be wondering, we had a little bit of a snafu today in internet world with our website is down. So if you know of anyone who's not able to get here by Facebook, send them over to YouTube, or please share it on your own pages if you can. Because I have the feeling we're going to start getting texts and emails saying, "Where are you?" But that's neither here nor there. We're very excited to have another evening of a brand new act coming to our stage tonight, and that's Ordinary Elephant. And I'd love to bring them on stage. Here you are. Yes,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank
It's so
you.
delightful to see you.
You too.
And
that slideshow, while we've never been to Me and Thee, it made us nostalgic too, just for for in-person shows.
It was like I was looking at them going, "Oh, I remember that show. I remember, it's, oh gosh, I can't wait to be in the same room with musicians like yourselves."
Mm-hmm.
And
Soon.
but yeah, it's going to be soon, but I really thank my blessings for this wonderful internet world that we have created here,
Yes.
and that we've been able to present shows like this one. So I'm not going to keep blabbing. So in the meantime, I'm just going to hand it over to Ordinary Elephant, and we'll see you at intermission.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay.
Take our little earbuds out here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us from wherever you're joining us from. We are in South Louisiana right now, and we lived in Texas for a while, and that's where we met. And then we lived on the road full time for 5 years in an RV, and then we've ended up down here more recently, which is actually near where I grew up. It's not all that far away, and it's really great to be back home near my family. And all the years the traveling really made us appreciate how much where you come from is more than just a place. It's the people that you come from too. So we're going to start out with a song that I wrote for my mom.
1, 2, 3.
Egg so white, paint in your hair, dirt beneath your nails, and years on the back of your head. Some things can't wash clean, and some will stick around. Blades of settle the steam, scattered across the driveway. Still feels like Sunday when I hear a Cajun band. Every chamber of my heart, what I come from. Sometimes the world falls apart, but I guess that's what it takes to find a part I cannot break. Wooden table on a concrete slab, the fish are red and the crabs are blue. Every 5-gallon bucket carries a piece of you. Some things can't wash clean, and some will stick around. Spilled beer and a deck of cards, an old
bed sheet for a tablecloth. Some of those days are lost. Most I still come across. Every chamber of my heart bears a mark of what I come from. Sometimes our world falls apart, but I guess that's what it takes to find a part cannot break. I come from hard work. I come from never giving up. I come from you. I built cities from sidewalk chalk, saved the world with a cardboard bowl. I hope I always dream that big. Put the whole damn kitchen in every pot of cold mud soup. Hope I always put everything I got into what I do. Some things can't wash clean, and some will stick around. Every chamber in my heart bears a mark of what I come from. Sometimes our world falls apart, but I guess that's what it takes to find a part cannot break. We cannot break.
Thanks for joining us, y'all. Of course, that is my mom's favorite song. That was her comment there that just popped up. She's watching from down the road about a half hour.
Hey, Lauren, thank you so much. And Lorna, awesome to have all y'all here.
Yes. When we were living on the road full time, or when we were switching from living in Texas to living on the road full time, that was an interesting transition when we had to move out of a home into a home on wheels. And we both played Tetris growing up, and so we were actually pretty good at fitting the things into the smaller spaces, you know, just physically, their shape. But what we didn't really have practice in was considering how much things weigh, because that's actually pretty important when you live in an RV, because there are weight ratings. And so we had to look at things and say, is this worth the weight of it to bring along? And the play on that phrase, that word, got stuck back there in my little songwriter brain, and started thinking about all sorts of things that have weight beyond the physical. And we ended up with this song.
The window in the wood frame you're afraid, thinking things only a kid can. You're 6 years old, but someday you'll be standing where I am. More of a man, more you won't understand. You will wonder if it's worth the wait, the worry that wears you down. Have your life spent figuring out how to make the other half count. You can count on asking yourself if what you're doing is enough. If you're anything like me, when you grow up. Scattered puzzle on the table, big pictures start to take shape. Every piece has a place to fall, but you've got mistakes to make. You're green enough to bend, pure enough to break. You will wonder if it's worth the wait, the worry that wears you down. Have your life spent figuring out how to make the other half count. You can count on asking yourself if what you're doing is enough. If you're anything like me, when you grow up, you will question the fight and how it is won. You will fight the question whether it can be done to keep the kind all that rises from your chest to your tongue. Don't ever let your words undo the work you've done. Sunlight through the kitchen window, your shadow stands up taller than you. 36 years old, but someday I will stand up taller too. For all the talk I talk is something I can live up to. 'Cause I still wonder if it's worth the wait. The worry weighs me down. I'm still figuring out how to make it all count. And I can count on asking myself if what I'm doing is too much. Let you be who you want to be when you grow up.
Thank y'all.
Hey, JB.
Oh, JB.
Good to see
JB
you
is an
here.
amazing videographer. I'm sure some of y'all know who he is.
Or you may have seen his videos and
I'm
not
sure
even
you've seen
realized
his
it.
videos. Yeah, that
A
too.
lot of us in the folk community have had the pleasure of working with him and getting some videos made. Well, this last year has just been, you all know, you've all been living through it too. It's just been, we've all been learning new ways to exist that, in trying to maintain the safety and well-being of as many people as we can. There's also, during this time, there's also been reminders of things that are not new, but they're just as important to remember when trying to keep everyone safe. And one of those is just the willingness and ability to look within ourselves and just really kind of examine the unconscious bias that can live there and the conditioned ways of thinking and behaving that we can have that can be so incredibly harmful to other people, and just start seeing it for what it is and start to try to dismantle it. This song we're going to do is not either of our personal stories, but we're honored that this song chose us to make its way out into the world. We wrote it out in the deserts of West Texas a few years ago, and it speaks to the fact that our environments, be that your family or your community, school, whatever it is, those things can be the reason that these ways of thinking and behaving can exist, but it can't be an excuse.
Excuses are easy when everything's on the line. These Montana magpies, they're black, they're white. Feathers sitting side by side, bring an unknown offering, something we should try. Was he a monster or a martyr? Depends on who you ask. But once it's done, you can't take it back. How can I keep my mind open if my eyes are closed? It's hard to hide the hate when there's no love to show. How can I nail him head up for the color of his skin? Knock him down, make him pay for my father's sin. And I am starting to see said, but he never did get old enough for that. Every Sunday afternoon, denim shirt, cowboy hat, out in the sun, throwing shadows at an axe. There's a tool for every job, and a job for every man. Be careful what you put in your hands. How can I keep my mind open if my eyes are closed? It's hard to hide the hate when there's no love to show. How can I nail a man up for the color of his skin? Knock him down, make him pay for my father's sin. And I start to see we are all the color of the scars that we keep. Times are hard, and it's harder to heal when where you were born decides what you feel. It's time to be a brother, not my father's son. I was born to be a bigot, but that don't mean that I won. I put my on just the same. When the day is done, I pray for you, my son. How can I keep my mind open if my eyes are closed? It's hard to hide the hate when there's no love to show. How can I nail a man up for the color of his skin? Knock him down, make him pay for my father's sin. And I am starting to see we are all the color of the scars that we keep. We are all the color of the scars that we keep.
Thank you, Cynthia. We're gonna, something that I do in addition to writing songs is I write poetry. I actually wrote poetry before I wrote songs. Yeah. That's kind of where I got my, or just, I don't know, just fell in love with words. And they wound their way up into songs. But. So something we have a newsletter that we send out about once a month, and we always put some writing in there, poetry or writing that we're doing, and we had, people would respond to it and say, when are you going to make a book? And we're like, hey, that sounds like a good idea. So we did that. So we have it's hard to see where it is on the camera. So
we're not weather people.
You're right.
We'd be awful weather people.
We would be awful weather people. Pointing. So I'm gonna read something from here. So, yeah, I just having everyone kind of be separated right now. It's hard. It can be hard to feel community, but things like this, where there are venues that are enabling it, enabling us to try to get together and feel that community. We love that so much, and just thinking of all the people and out there that are creating, and that we're all doing that together is a good thought. And this kind of reminded me of that. It's called Standing at a Fireplace. Stones in a stack, stuck to each other with cement glue, burned belly wide open, full of fallen forest. Without a fire in this place, it feels colder in this spot. The outside coming in the chimney, in invisible gusts that smell like fall with its somber crispness. The quiet is pressing on me from every direction. my shifting feet push back, creak the dusty wooden slats. I trace the top of a somewhat triangular stone sitting at chest level. The roughness of thousands of years, compressed into a compact collection of sturdy grit. I think of all the things that the earth and time have made, and remember, we are not lonely creators. Thanks for the snaps. But yeah, so if you like words in your eyes and not just your ears, we do have those available. We'd be happy to send you one. It's on our website, along with our music and all that sort of stuff. We're gonna do a song that it's probably coming on a year now that we wrote this. It still feels so new because we haven't been going anywhere. But this one we wrote pretty early on at the start of things, when just trying to wrap our heads around it, what was happening.
Tell me that story again, darling. Won't we all end up alright? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true once upon a time? I'll keep keeping up with the laundry. You'll keep keeping up with the car. I guess things aren't really changing here. It sure feels like they are. It sure feels like they are. Got good dogs, got a good porch. Got eyes to see and we've got a good view. Got ears to hear and we are listening. The truth is not something we can choose. The truth is not something we can choose. Tell me that story again, darling. One where we all end up alright. Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Wasn't it true once upon a time? Wasn't it true? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it true? Tell me that story again, darling. Wasn't it
The way he ended up closer to me there at the end reminded me of a funny thing the other day. We were rehearsing, and we were standing up like this, and I had my eyes closed, as I often do when I play in general, but especially when we're rehearsing for whatever reason. And
Tired of looking at me.
and he very quietly got closer to me, like a lot closer to me, without me realizing. I had my eyes closed for a long time, and he kind of was like here level with me. Whatever. It was a very large difference. And when I opened my eyes, I wish we could have gotten it on video, how
Me too.
genuinely frightened and scared I was that someone was that close to my face without me realizing. It was funny. Oh yeah, he's gonna get in his other tune.
Anna B's here.
Anna B.
I miss you.
I miss you a
I
lot.
also saw Ruth
Oh,
Nickens.
Ruth. We miss all of you so much, so very much. We, I think, are gonna do one more song of this first set, and then I think we'll get back on the screen with Kathy, and she'll ask us some questions. So if you have any burning questions for us, you can put them in the chat, and she will ask us.
We can't give financial advice, though. That's the problem.
You don't want financial advice from us.
Or theological advice.
We can give you dog advice.
Dog
We have
advice.
dogs. And we can give you driving advice. Although we haven't been driving a whole lot lately, but we've done a lot of that in our... Well, we started the set out with a song for my mom. So we're going to end this set with a song I wrote for my dad and his grandmother, who raised him for most of his life. He's on a fishing trip right now. He's gonna be coming home tonight, but he didn't, and they don't have great internet out there, so I know he's not able to tune in. But I'm sure he'll watch the replay. It's so interesting to look, as an adult, to look back at interactions between family members and just how things happened and played out, and how differently you see them through the lens of time, after you've grown up, and that's kind of where this one came from. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Daddy was a railroad man, raised by a woman who life and love showed in her hands. She saw fire and death, was given a lesson, her fair share, but never asked for more. She just sang for stars and daughters, held close to 9 sons and daughters. When the south wind carries home, whistle of their freight train, I can hear him speak to me, see the strength she gave and the man she made. Makes me proud to share his name. Through the fields of cane and corn, across the tracks and back again to see when we could. As a child, I did not see the story behind the smile that she put in his eyes. She lived a small town life, taught him what it means to try. When the south wind carries home, whistle of their she gave, the man she made, makes me proud to share his name, share his name, share his name.
Yay! Get your earbuds in. All right.
in.
Oh,
I cannot believe how many international people we have tune in here tonight.
yay.
Oh, cool.
How
That's
cool is this?
fun.
Yeah, you know, what's with Wales? You've got all these, have you toured
I know.
there?
We're gonna have to go there.
Yeah, see, yeah. I think you're going to.
That's wonderful.
Klezmerish from Cardiff. Oh. Okay, so you
Oh.
guys must have been at
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, folk yeah. Cool.
That's exciting.
Y'all have the best name.
That is an amazing name.
I love that name.
Oh my goodness.
Klezmerish. Wonderful.
Anyway, it seems like we have a lot of interest in your instrumentation and what you're playing. So let me
All right.
ask, the first question that came in that I saw was Daffod from Wales wanted to know about when you first started playing and what instruments and when did you start performing. So I guess obviously you didn't know each other as children, so you both have a tale to tell, right?
You don't know that.
Well, am I wrong?
Kidding.
No.
You're
right.
You're not wrong.
That's true. I shouldn't have said obviously. That's right.
I started playing. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I started playing guitar in 6th grade, which would have made me, I think, 12 years old, and then the banjo like 10 years ago,
Yeah. Wow.
and the octave like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, and he got the banjo after hearing the Harrow and the Harvest album by Gillian Welch. There's a song on there called Hard Times that is, I think it's not
Great
just
song.
Dave does come in with
Yeah.
guitar, but it starts off with just banjo and her voice, and
I was floored the
he's
first
like,
time I heard that song.
I need a banjo.
Well, not to interrupt
he
you,
ordered a banjo.
yeah, not to interrupt you, Crystal, but yeah, that was going to be one of my own questions. Was I was curious about. I don't know that much about banjos, but the face of that banjo seems like is it larger than?
It is bigger, and
typical
I'm
banjo?
smaller,
Oh well, okay.
so it's like.
It's an optical illusion.
Yeah, this is most banjos are 11 inches in diameter. It's been a while
Yeah,
since I
diameter.
mathed. And this one's 12 inches, so
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought it looked
it's a little
slightly
bit
larger.
bigger. You can get those low notes a little better.
And you referred to the other instrument that you were playing because Jay asked if it was a mandocello or a bouzouki.
It's
But
close,
What did you
yeah.
call it?
They call it an octave mandolin.
Oh, okay.
So it's really close to a bouzouki, but it
guitar
depends on who
body,
you talk
yeah.
to. Yeah.
It was a
That's
beautiful
the-
sounding instrument. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
So now we want
I
to know
love
about Crystal's
Yeah.
first
so I-
foray into instrumentation.
I was in middle school band. I played flute, and I took, a few piano lessons here and there, but never really, they never really took. I guess. I mean, like I played them, and it was fine, but it never. For me, it was the lyric side of things, the writing side of things that kind of pushed me into that musical world. Wanting to explore music more, because in high school, I was like, oh, I think maybe these want to be songs, some of them. And so I ended up getting a guitar right after graduating high school, and more as a vehicle for songwriting, not so much to learn the instrument. And it's only more recently that I'm appreciating the musical things that that the instrument can do, and not just using it as a vehicle.
We've taught each other a lot.
Yeah, we both came at it from totally opposite ways, and so we've been able to help the other appreciate the other side of it and how to hear it from that way and know, expand what we can contribute, basically.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't your background before you went full-time music, weren't you like involved with science or
Yeah, we
some
both
kind
had
of,
very
yeah, both
different.
had, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quite the departure.
Yes. Yeah.
But let's see. I don't know if we have any other questions here.
Yeah, don't
I
tell,
like-
don't call it a bazooki when you're
Bazooki,
going through the airport. I
That's
know.
very funny, Jay.
Oh yeah, it
so,
is
yeah.
standard tuning. I'm reading his follow-up question. I do mostly tune it in GDAE.
Okay. And then a question that came up a couple of different times was, and this is all, I'm sure some speculation on everyone's part, but touring, when are you going to feel like it's you're going to be able to get back in your car and travel to places
We're not
here and
100%
abroad?
sure.
Yeah.
We're hopeful for the end of this year. We have some things that are tentative that we're just waiting, like everyone else, and
Right.
Yeah. Just kind of waiting for more people to be vaccinated and just, it not be as risky, because now it just feels a little too risky at this point. But yeah, definitely feeling more hopeful every day.
And won't it be grand to just be in the same room with each other, and you'll be able to hear all of our applause and see all of our big smiles. But for now, like I said, we're very thankful that we have this opportunity to share your music with our audience and to welcome so many other people to the our little venue that's
Yeah.
that's still
Yeah, we're gonna say
going
hi
strong.
to Chris Levancher. We saw
I
a
see
comment
Chris
from
here.
him. He's a wonderful songwriter. We're in a weekly
Oh, you were-
songwriting group with
Oh.
him, and he made a comment. Shouldn't you be working on your
Yes.
song?
We
'Cause
should.
we should be.
Not tonight. Give them a night off, Chris.
But yeah, he's a wonderful songwriter himself.
Well, okay, great. Let's start thinking about the second set, and you can take your earbuds off and
Cool.
crooning into that lovely microphone you've got there.
Awesome. Thank you
Thanks,
so much, Kathy.
Okay, we'll see you
All
soon
right.
at the end.
You could have told her about your guitar too.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll mention it while you're tuning. So this guitar was my grandfather's guitar, my dad's dad, who he's still living, and he doesn't play anymore though. But I knew he played when he was younger, but I had no idea he still had a guitar. And we went home. It was when we were traveling full time, and we were in town for Thanksgiving one year. And his daughter, my aunt, just out of nowhere, said, I have his old guitar in the closet. I was gonna learn it. I'm never gonna learn. I want y'all to have it. And so in my mind, we're both thinking like, it's gonna be some not great guitar. We live in an RV. We don't really have room. She's like, I think it's a Gibson. I don't know. I'll send you a picture. And then she sends a picture of this, which is a beautiful 1952 Gibson. And we were just like, holy cow. We definitely have room.
We made some room.
We made some room. We definitely have room for that.
It's gonna sleep next to us in the RV.
And I love this guitar so much. It does everything I want in a guitar. It looks the way I want it to look, and it sounds the way I want it to sound. Or it could sound better if I could play better, but the tone of it, I'm just so incredibly thankful that it found its way into my life without me. It had been living side by side with me for a long time, and then so I was incredibly thankful for that. But Kathy mentioned we were both in completely different fields prior to music, and there were things that I loved about what I did, but there came a time that I realized a lot of my goal, just in life in general and in that career, a lot of my goals were based on other people's expectations instead of my own I think that's a tendency of a lot of people, to listen to society before you listen to yourself. And it's just kind of easier and safer a lot of times. But I came to realize that the safe route was not the right route for me.
Sunlight for a flash, the whole family out front, 'cause that's what you do. Sitting on concrete steps, I grew up climbing. I take them two at a time now, but I still reach for a rail, 'cause that's what you do. There's a comfort in keeping to a path. What I know and knowing what I have. The safety of a rail gives my hands something to do. But one day this rail is gonna rust right through. Yeah, one day it's gonna rust right through. There are places to go and milestones to meet. Each one that I reach says something about me. It's what they want to hear, 'cause that's what I do. Kept my head down, kept my mouth shut. It ain't to keep me from screwing up, holding on to their version of me, 'cause that's what I do. There's a comfort in keeping to a path. Doing what I know and knowing what I have. The safety of a rail gives my hands something to do. But one day this rail is gonna rust right through. Yeah, one day it's gonna rust right through. What might be the middle of my life, where I'm supposed to be. That's what they say. When I doubt what I have to say could ever count for much, giving in to what I really need feels like giving up. But I'm done giving up on myself, holding on to what they say. There's a comfort in keeping to a path. Doing what I know and knowing what I have. The safety of a rail gives my hands something to do. But one day this rail is gonna rust right through. Yeah, one day it's gonna rust right through. One day this rail is gonna rust right through. Yeah, one day it's gonna rust right through.
Thanks so much for tuning in, y'all. It feels so nice to have a community virtually like this. Be able to reach out through the internet, interwebs. Well, so Chris is in a songwriting group that we're in, and I have a problem. I'm in too many songwriting groups.
Serial songwriting group joiner.
I have a problem with overcommitment. So I'm in.
Step.
Is admitting that I have a problem. Yes, I'm in several groups, but I was working for one of the groups. It was a monthly group, and I was trying to work on a song for that month. And I deal with depression intermittently, and I just was not. I was in a pretty dark place and just not feeling it, just not really being inspired, and nothing was coming out on the page. And I started in that darkness still being able to see, to be grateful, to have a partner in life that is able to handle that, to be able to deal with the uncertainty and unpredictability that depression is, and just go with it, and be there how I need him to be there, and protect me from the world when needed, and just so thankful for that. And I started thinking about what his actions feel like they say to me, and ended up writing a song that was from his point of view to me, for that month, for the song group. And I have since okayed it with him, made sure that he stands behind the message.
She won't let me sing it still. Just kidding.
I'll let you sing it.
1, 2, 3.
I can see what you're thinking, land right on your face. You've never been any good at playing cards. Sits there like a sidewalk, cracked and winded, leading me someplace. Didn't plan to go. The spirit is a powder keg. It's been sitting in the dark. Kicked it in the water to keep away the sparks. Like a penny, it's sinking down, unable to swim. Pack full of wishes I wish didn't need again. I will keep throwing a line out, pulling it back in, bring up a bunch of nothing, toss it out again. Some things are worth waiting for, some I can't live without. Let the world spin without us, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Sun falls through the window, between your eye and your ear. Temple line on the couch, full of prayers I can't hear. I'll send up my song to you. Hope your head's toward the south. Stop asking the water what it takes to drown. Oh, oh, oh. Flash me a look, part question, all apology. 'Cause you're choked by your trying and all the parts of you you can't see. Your eyes ask what it is that it back in, bring up a bunch of nothing, toss it out again. Some things are worth waiting for, some I can't live without. Let the world spin without us, they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out.
Hi, Scott from Victoria, Texas. We love
Scott.
Victoria. We played a house concert there.
Is that where you met us?
Yeah,
At the
maybe
Weavers?
you've seen us before, and that's where
I wonder.
it was. Oh, there are new
I don't know what happened there.
comments stopped moving. Oh, Daffod says he loves the dog picture. Yes, that is. Oh, that was our Benson, our Doberman. We lost him last summer. No, two summers ago. Summer of 19.
Yeah.
And he found this wonderful watercolor artist on Etsy, right? And God, it's so incredible in person. It looks like a photograph.
Captures.
And how it captures his
Captures him.
personality. Man. We're gonna do a song that we haven't really been playing a whole lot. We wrote it kind of early on in the shutdown of things, and we hadn't played it in a while, and we pulled it out and remembered how much we liked playing this song. Kind of early in the process of everything last year, I couldn't even escape things in my dreams. I would have these awful dreams where everyone I knew and loved was dying, and just, it pervades everything. I know all of you were in the same boat, and it was just such a shift to have that go of touring life, and at that time we were just shifting from living on the road full time to living here, and so it was just like this full stop feel. Like it was such an abrupt change from motion to stillness, and I have by no means mastered the art of being better about resting and being still, but I think I have made improvements. I have made progress, and not always. I'm one of those people who like to be productive and use all the time to do things, and so. But this last year has really shown me the importance of taking the time to be still. I may not always do it, but I know the importance of it better now, and that a lot of the times things can usually wait until tomorrow. Yeah. You're just gonna. You're no comment.
No comment.
Make it a simple one.
One, two,
I keep waiting for the dreams to stop with all their dying eyes. The face always one I love, the hand's always mine. Like a street dog waiting in the morning light, not sure how to trust. Just a silhouette in my doorway, trying to remember who I was. There's a day waiting for no one. See smoke. That promise gets hard to keep. There's a day waiting for no one. Can see it out the screen door, asking me what I'm waiting for. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. When it comes down to the end of this life or this evening, I'll keep fighting to remember what I have trouble believing. It's not procrastination, it's patience. Being still is not being weak. My silence can be of service to the words I will speak. So when there's a day waiting for no one, I see it out the screen door. I will know what I'm waiting for. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, thanks, Kathy. Thank y'all for having us. It's so, we're so thankful to venues like you guys that are enabling us to reach your audience, even though we can't get there, to just help us branch out, and also just the mutual venue artist stuff that has been going on over the last year. It's been great to see. Just trying to keep doing what we can to get the music out there, and we are so thankful for that, and all of you that watch, that join us to listen and share in the moment. I'm going to read something else from our little book here. So on March 5th, not that long ago, it was 3 years since we lost my grandmother. It's just kind of hard to believe. My mom's mom. And she was a wonderful, wonderful lady. Not long after she passed, her husband had died a couple years before. And so after she passed, we were going to their property. And we went out to what was behind their house, which is just called the shop. It's a very common thing to have in South Louisiana. It's what you would think of as a standard workshop. There's tools and wood and oil and grease and all the work kind of things. And then there's basically a kitchen. There's a place to cook and prepare food and have family gatherings, fish fries, and crawfish boils.
Not have it stink up your house.
And not
right?
have it stink up your house. Exactly. And so we went in there not long after she had passed, and I wrote this one shortly afterwards. It's called Yardstick. Leaning up against the worn wooden wall, it's 3 feet on the concrete. Numbers and notches so orderly along the side, a contrast to the space. Black ink or paint in the grooves that told it where to be, making marks for measuring. It was probably made for fabrics, but was more often used for fish. So many cleaned and cooked in this workshop that was a satellite extension of the house. Were there only cobwebs and quiet? No. But if I close my eyes and hold my breath, I can smell the cornmeal and red pepper. I can hear the fuzzy crack of fish hitting hot oil. I open my eyes and pick up the saging yardstick, still sturdy in my weak and weepy hands, and I'm thankful that some things can't be measured. Oh, hey Trina, it's good to see you. Sorry you got mixed up, but you can certainly go back and see it after the fact. But we do have a couple more songs left. We appreciate you being here, and that reminds me. So Trina is one of our lovely patrons over at Patreon, so that just reminded me about that. So I'll just mention that real quick. That's something that we've started over the last year too. Is an online community over at Patreon that allows us to share things kind of as we're creating them, either or if it's going public, it's going to go there first, or a lot of it's just new things that we're writing, either poetry or songs, and that we share them with it kind of feels like a little digital campfire there. But you can find all that on our website if you're interested. So yeah, my grandmother, she was 89 when she passed. She'd have been 90 a couple months later, and she dealt with some crap in the last 2 years of her life. She lost her husband to Alzheimer's. She lost her house to a flood. She had heart surgery. She broke her leg. It's just all these things that would be a lot for anyone to deal with. But it was all together and with her age. But she was, no matter what was happening, she was always happy to see us. And I take after her quite a bit. And so that's something I hope I get from her, the ability to do that.
Alarm clock on her bedside table, bright red numbers bigger than your head. She couldn't see them otherwise. She said she might never go to bed. She got her teeth tucked in a tumbler, bright white smile floating in the night. She couldn't flash that grin otherwise, but you'd still see it in her eyes. I hope to be that happy. I hope to be that happy. When the E on the eye chart gets blurry and I turn in my keys, when there is more behind than in front of me. She once was a dancing girl, New York City chorus line. Then she went on down to Texas. You told her that's where the stars really shine. Black and white wedding day picture hung proudly in a frame of gold. She doesn't cry when she speaks of it. She makes you laugh telling stories that it told. I hope to be that happy. I hope to be that happy. When the E on the eye chart gets blurry and I turn in my keys, when there is more behind than in front of me. my way down. She said, I'll take you out dancing out at the old horseshoe lounge. And at the end of our Sunday night phone call, she said, thank you for talking to me, 'cause there are no telephones in heaven, but I heard there might be TV. I hope to be that happy. I hope to be that happy. To leave behind every place I've been, from all the places I can be. When there is more behind than in front of me, hope I will know all that matters is right in front of me.
Again, a big thank you to Kathy of Me and Thee, and Stephen, who's running all the things behind the scenes, making all the technical things work, and Megan, who's helping in the chat. We so appreciate you all making this work. I'm gonna send you out with this one.
Look at that little thing.
I want to pet it.
Yeah. All right, weather person.
I went to the right place.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe I could be a weather person after all. This is we mentioned West Texas earlier. This one we wrote out in West Texas too, or at least we started it there. That's one of our favorite areas of the country. West Texas, New Mexico. It's just, there's some magic out there that you can't feel anywhere else. Just the deserts and the quiet out there. There's something else. Thank you all for tuning in, and we hope to see you out there in person one of these days.
Maybe we'll go to the UK.
We would love to do that. We would love it. We will get there one day.
Thank y'all so much. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, good. 1, 2, 3.
Coffee every morning. You make me laugh when I'm trying not to. See me the ways I'm scared to. Love me anyway. Now this West Texas sunset is watching us walk off a hard day. With too much to do out in the way. Being who we are was a day best left for being left behind, but I would do it all over to stay shoulder to shoulder. As long as the rain turns to river in this canyon, this canyon returns my every word. I will sing it out, it echoes anywhere the road goes. I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you. We've got 2 dogs apiece, bouncing balloons on the end of their leash, kicking up gold dust from the sagebrush, tails to the wind. Now there's nothing like a good dog to show you the joy in a single moment. There's nothing like a good love to make every moment worth it. So I'll spend everyone left to come right where I am, shoulder to shoulder with you. As long as the rain turns to river in this canyon, this canyon turns my every word. I will sing it out, it echoes anywhere the road goes. I'll walk with you, I'll walk with you, I'll walk I will sing it out, it echoes. Anywhere the road goes, I walk with you, I walk with you, I walk with you. I walk with you, I walk with you, I walk with you. I walk with you, I walk with you, I walk with you. I will walk with you.
Thank y'all so much for being here. Put our little earbuds back in.
Hey!
Kathy again.
Here we are again.
Hello.
That was just absolutely beautiful. It was just
Thank
so
you.
touching and heartwarming. I can't thank you enough for, it just really ended the week with a nice vibe to it. So
Good. Same
for
here.
all of you who are watching and this is your first time catching a Me and Thee show, and if you'd like to stay tuned about additional shows coming up, please go to our Facebook page or over to our YouTube, and you can sign up for reminders about our upcoming shows. So just again, thank you, and
Thank
hope
you.
to see you in person before
Yes.
too
One
long.
of these days.
We're
Yeah.
counting the days.
Yes.
Yep. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
See you out there.
Okay.